this week, most of the NFL power rankings had the Eagles number 1, but had my Cowboys number 2. Can you believe that? The NFC least has number 1 in most all the power rankings, and number 2, my Dallas Cowboys, in most all the power rankings. The top 2 teams in football are from the NFC Beast. Yet I believe that my Cowboys are just a little bit better than the Eagles, mostly because we have 11 from heaven, my oh Micah, and they don't, and they know they don't. We have Micah Parsons, and they don't. They do have Jalen Hurts. He's the runaway MVP so far. I've been saying that for a month. And by the way, I predicted the very moment on Twitter that the Eagles stole Jalen Hurts in the second round, that he would change life in Philadelphia, and he has. He's changed the culture with his leadership and his playmaking and his winners and ballers, game breakers, intangibles. But his offense is not more explosive than mine can be and will be. His team is not more explosive than mine can be and my team will be. My Cowboys exploded all over the Chicago Bears, and they exploded all over the Vikings up in Minneapolis, and they exploded all over the Colts last Sunday night. My team did actually explode on Green Bay at Green Bay, led 28-14 after 3 quarters. Should have won that game over Aaron Bleepin Rodgers and company, 42-21, but you know what happened. Dak and company did have the ball 4 more times in the fourth quarter and overtime and scored no more points. Does that concern me? Well, sure it does. But my defense is just as sack attack explosive as my offense. In fact, my defense this year can actually be as much as an offense as my offense. And I've said from the start of the season, my Cowboys will ultimately go as far as my Micah and this defense carries my team, which will be all the way to the NFC Championship game. At the very least, you can book that. I am officially washing away any potential jinxes in all my sinkses at my house. All of them. I'm washing them right down the sink. You can book it. And please, you can retire that tired old notion that what can go wrong with my Cowboys will go wrong. That's Jerry's Law, I guess. But the past is past. Painful history is exactly that. It is literally history. It is over and it is done. The self-destruction of previous Cowboy teams will have absolutely no impact on this one. This one knows it's too good to get psychologically tripped up in tripping itself up. Not going to happen, not this year. This team knows how to get out of and stay out of its own way. And trust me, this is not that I believe, or I'm seeing it all just with my cowboy-loving heart at the expense of my head. Nope, I am evaluating this team strictly with my head this time. My football instincts, my weekly eye test are telling me, or shouting at me, or screaming at me that this team is just too good. CeeDee Lamb has emerged as a top 10 receiver and gets better by the snap. Tony Pollard, keep sleeping on him if you want to. He's just emerged as a star running back without a star's name or star's brand or star's face or star's quotes. He's just a star. Tyler Smith, rookie left tackle, is a godsend and very soon will be moved inside to left guard as Tyron Smith, the first ballot Hall of Famer, returns at left tackle. And all of a sudden, you want to talk about NFC Beast? That'll be my offensive line. It will be the best in football in short order once again. Am I worried about please drop the Mike McCarthy, or as I call him, Mike McPenalty? worried about him getting in the way? Well, sure I am. But this team is powerful enough to win in spite of Mike McPenalty, at least to ignore him, which is pretty easily done. This team is actually coached spectacularly by its two coordinators. I'm talking about Dan the Man Quinn on defense and Kellen Moore on offense. Am I worried about our famously infamous owner/general manager, our owner and operator, Jerry Jones, and his runaway ego, and his suspect football knowledge, mucking it up? Well, sure I am. But this team just seems to roll its eyes at Coach Jerry and go right on winning in spite of him. Was I hoping, maybe against hope, that Odell Beckham Jr. would become the Super Bowl catalyst for my Dallas Cowboys that he was for last year's Los Angeles Rams? Well, sure I was. Seems a little doubtful at this point, but even if we don't land Odell, even if we don't land OBJ, does that mean that my team is RIP or DOA or SOS? No, not these Cowboys. No, we'll be just fine without him. Am I a little worried about Dak Prescott? Here today, gone tomorrow, Dak, those kind of performance? Well, sure I am. But the defense will pick him up and have his back when it matters most. And when Dak is right, which is frequently, he can be even better than Jalen Hurts. You know it, and I know it. And he will be on Christmas Eve. I say merry early Christmas, Cowboy Nation. There's no more fretting. There's no more sweating. There's no more jinxing. Just sit back and behold and savor. You're going to have a very happy New Year, as in NFC Championship game in January. I guarantee it. I hope you enjoyed that video. You ready for more? Make sure you click that subscribe button for all the exclusive content from the Skip Bayless Show. And don't forget to check out the full episode of the show wherever you get your podcasts by clicking the link in the description.